Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's third video. So we're going to have a look at the ECM extended model for today's third video. And we're going to go 6 weeks ahead with the ECM extended, looking at mean cell pressure, 500 millibar height, temperature and precipitation anomalies for the next 6 weeks. It takes us well into September, and I'll get on with that for you very shortly. We're focusing on Ireland, the UK, this we do a wider European outlook with the ECM extended on a Tuesday. Remember, and yeah, I'll go on with that for you very shortly. Just say about the first video release today was our 7 AM forecast. We've also released a little update for Green Man Festival, which will be taking place in a week's time. We've got GMA Friday and a 10 to 14 dayer coming up for you. 5 videos today. Wow, really pushing out the content. So you enjoy the videos and please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. For GavsWeatherVids. Okay, so let's get on with this then. So we're going to start off with, I'll leave the webcam on, shall I? We'll start off with the week 1 mean sea level pressure anomaly, taking us from the 16th to the 23rd of August. Big thank you to ECMWF.int, by the way, for supplying these charts. So next week we see that we've got high pressure to our west and northwest, the west-northwest of Ireland. There's low pressure in over Scandinavia, and that means it's relatively settled, but probably quite cool, as we're going to be bringing in a wind from like a northerly or northeasterly direction. The 500 millibar height anomaly for week 1 next week will show above average heights to our west and northwest, with below average heights to our east and northeast. Again, this leaves us bringing in like a northerly, northeasterly wind. So it looks relatively settled. The Atlantic is blocked. There shouldn't be much in the way of rain with that, I wouldn't have thought. But it is likely to be quite cool. And we see this with the temperature anomaly for next week, which is forecast to be below average, not just for the UK and Ireland, but actually through most parts of northern and western Europe, to be honest. So much of northern Europe coming out cooler than average. But Ireland, the UK, is included in that. Quite a cool week coming up next week, but it is relatively dry. High pressure is in control. I suppose these cool temperatures will be most notable at night, with quite chilly nights probably, but by day, you know, the August sunshine should be enough to keep things feeling reasonably warm a lot of the time, but by night could be a little bit chilly. It is a significantly drier than average week as well, with that high pressure dominating next week. Right, so that's got us off to a flying start. Let's go through the week 2 then, which is going to be the 23rd to the 30th of August. Still high pressure in control, but a change in the position of the ridge, much more towards Scandinavia and to the east of the UK and Ireland. Means that we probably bring up a much warmer southerly, southeasterly flow here as we go into the last week of August. The 500 millibar height anomaly looks very anticyclonic, with above average heights extending across most of northern and also Western Europe as well. I suspect temperatures lift up here. Let's have a look. Yes, they do. So we go warmer than average in the last week of August. Maybe quite hot, actually. You know, maybe significantly above average with those temperatures on the temperature scale. Looks like it's around 1 to 3 degrees above average. So that's going to be pretty hot at the end of August. And also rather dry as well, although not as dry in week 2 as it is in week 1. So it looks like we're closer to average with precipitation, but I reckon probably still a relatively dry, warm week. There might be like a Fungi breakdown here, I suppose, later on. But I mean, I think generally quite a warm, dry final week to August. Right, let's go through the week 3. This is going to be the 30th of August to the 6th of September. And now seeing quite significant changes here through the first week of September. So we find that we've got above average heights around Greenland and going up towards Iceland, or high pressures, it's me, so pressure anomaly. High pressure around Greenland and Iceland. Some high pressure over eastern, southeastern Europe as well. Otherwise, I just put a question mark in because it's not really all that clear what's going on there. But I suppose the ridge has got to be weakening at the very least, hasn't it? So it might be starting to turn a little bit more unsettled. The 500 millibar height anomaly through the first week of September. Week 3 takes the above average heights up towards Greenland. So again, you would probably suspect that it's likely to be more unsettled across northern and western Europe. I would have thought this is going to be a cooler week. Let's have a look. Still a little bit above average, not as warm as it is in week 2, but nevertheless week 3 average to a little bit above for the UK and for Ireland. Will it be more unsettled? No particular signal. I reckon that could be a little bit more unsettled, a little bit more showery, let's say, as we go through the first week of September. But the signals are quite weak there for week 3. Right, moving through to week 4. If you're enjoying this extended look at with the ECMWF extended model, then please smash the like button to make sure you subscribe to our channel. You will see future weather content if you do that, and drop a comment, let us know what you think. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, week 4 is going to be the 6th through to the 13th of September. Very, very uncertain by this point. So all I can do with that is just put in around 3 question marks. And that is about as much as we can do, because there's nothing really to work with there. September looking, as it so often does, actually, looking very, very uncertain. Again, 500 millibar height anomaly. What can we make? What do we make of that? Nothing, really. There's nothing to work with at all, is there? So, again, the question marks are back there. Let's have a look at the temperature anomaly. So, it's close to or a little bit above average. So, looking relatively warm through the first half of September, if not particularly hot. And, again, nothing really doing at all from a precipitation perspective either. So the first half of September proving to be very, very elusive and sketchy here. We'll see what week 5 yields. This is going to be the 13th, 20th of September. Again, very weak signals once more. All looking very, very, very sketchy. High pressure, a little bit of high pressure in the North Atlantic. That's about it. 500 millibar height anomaly. Again, showing perhaps hinting at a bit of a mid-Atlantic ridge there. Otherwise, again, there is absolutely nothing to work with. Week 5 temperature anomaly, you know, it's close to average, possibly hinting at being slightly above average, but very, very weak signals. And the precipitation anomaly, again, nothing really doing, you know, very, very elusive. And then finally, we go through to week 6, which will be the 20th to 27th of September. How does that one look? And again, what are we to do with this? You know, sometimes you just have to say, I don't know, really. So this is one of those occasions. So again, let's just add in those question marks, shall we? And that is about all we can do, because there's nothing at all to work with there. 500 millibar height anomaly does give us a little bit to play with. It has an area of above average height slightly to our east, which I suppose could drag in something quite warm and dry from the southeast. But again, it is a relatively weak signal even with that. Temperature anomaly perhaps looks a little bit warmer there in the 6th week. And the precipitation anomaly, you know, very close to average. Looks a little bit wetter than average perhaps at Ireland, but the signals are so weak that there's not really much you can say about it. So yeah, we have got quite strong signals for week 1 and 2. So the coming week, next week, is going to be dry but quite cool, and then it remains relatively dry but turns hotter, I think, through the last week of August. And then September, weeks 3, 4, 5, 6, just looking absolutely elusive and mysterious, and there's nothing more we can say about that, other than maybe, like the first half of September, probably sees a weakening of the high pressure. So if high pressure is weakening through the first half of September, it probably implies there's more influence from low pressure, and it probably implies there's more unsettled weather. But beyond that, you know, we really can't say any more, and hopefully the runes will clear for September for Mystic Gav when we do this next week. Okay, so we'll see what Jeremy Friday has to say about all of this. That'll be coming up as our next video. So check out Jeremy Friday a little bit later on, and also of course have our 10 to 14 dayer. Don't forget to check out videos that we've released so far for this week's ECMWF extended forecast. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.